Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. Today I'm going to be discussing my Project Pan That Palette, sorry, for 2023. I'm doing a little bit of a different style this year. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. So I decided to pan some singles and a face palette this year. My face palette I have is the Marc Jacobs 200 Tantastic Glow, and this is the Omega X3. It's a bronzer, blush, and highlighter. I did have some hard pan on this highlighter, and I would just like to potentially just hit pan on these. I do have a lot of blushes and highlighters in my collection, but this is the only bronzer I have in my collection. I don't reach for it a ton, but that's something that I would like to hopefully hit pan on this year. So that is my face palette. Very quick, simple, 3 products I can just toss in my travel bag and go. My hair is not wanting to cooperate today. Whatever. And just very simple. The next thing I have here is like a magnetic palette, and I'm kind of taking those eyeshadows mixed with A to Z with, Pan That Palette, and I did A to Z eyeshadow singles. I'm actually wearing a few on my eyes today. These are mostly untouched in my collection. And just the goal would be to hit pan on as many of these as I possibly can. I will quickly go through and swatch them and let you know which is what. So for A, I just thought that doing the A to Z with my singles for Pan That eyeshadow project pan type of thing, it's kind of like all 3 of them combined. It would be good just to kind of get used out of my singles. So the first one is Autumn Equinox, and this is from Copacetic Cosmetics. This is like one of my favorite shades from them, actually. It is like a greeny gold shift, and in the right light it also has some yellow and orange in it. Very, very pretty. A lot of these, I would say, have a seasonal aspect to them, but I really, like today, I'm wearing like orange eyeshadow. I really typically don't care to kind of match my eyeshadow to the season. It's more like what I'm just gravitating towards. So there is that, and I'm going to grab a little towel over here real quick so I can wipe off the swatches from my fingers. So that was A. B is Breached from Copacetic Cosmetics. That's a really nice color combo. Don't know if I would actually use that as a color combo, but it's pretty. Next up we have Conjuration. This is also from Copacetics. It's like a muted, darkened purple. D is Daredevil from Copacetics. This is a purpley shift. It's like a purple, darkened blue, silvery shift, which I quite like. E is Emperor. I'm trying to think, is this a flaky? No, I don't think this one's a flaky, but I do have some flakies coming up. And Emperor is also from Copacetics. And it's just a nice silvery gray matte. Like, in the pan, it looks very shimmery. However, for me, the shimmer on my skin doesn't come out very much, so to me, it looks more like a gray matte. So, Just a heads up. Next is Copacetic's Farmer's Market. This is a flaky, so I'm just going to use a little bit on my finger. And I'm really bad at swatching flakies, so I do apologize, but we're going to try our best. So, very like light purpley pink flaky, which I love. Next up, we have from Dandelion Co. This is Greenhouse. Another beautiful shade. Another Dandelion Co. This is Harvest. I might be running out of arm space already, but we shall see. This is like a shimmery, like army olivey green color. Very pretty for fall. Like I would pair this with this color, like this in my crease, and then this as an all over eyelid shade. Just me. Next is this is I Love You, I Know from Copacetic Cosmetics. This is almost like a metallic-y, maroony shade. And some of these are just not showing up very well on my skin because I'm not using like an eyeshadow primer or anything like that. Next up for J is Juicy. This is also from Copacetic Cosmetics. Let's see where else I can start swatching. Yeah, here might be okay. Very pretty. I like using some of these more like pastel-y colors on top of my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I think it just makes them pop a little bit more. This one is Kitty from Copacetic Cosmetics. Let's see. This one is a little difficult for me to swatch as well. It's like a very light pastel-y bluish white shade. Very, very pretty. I like using like this shade and a few other of the Monsters Inc. collection that they came out with as like inner corner highlights. Just me personally, so yeah. Next up, we have a Lakeview, and this is a Dandelion Co. single. This is a matte blue. Very pretty. That's what that looks like. We have a Rainstorm. Some of these might be out of order. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think there are, but whatever. This is Rainstorm. This is a very flaky formula as well. It's a deeper purple than Farmer's Market. But still a very nice formula. This almost pulls like a bluey undertone. Grabbed a baby wipe to wipe up so we can start on some of the others. Kind of ran out of room, so it's okay. Next up from Copacetic Cosmetics, we have Nutcracker. This was the only shade that was, for me personally, a little bit of a disappointment from what it looked like on the website to what it looks like on my skin. I thought this was going to be more of a royal blue. Still a very pretty shade, but it leans more like a purple to me on my skin tone rather than like the blue I was expecting. But it's still very pretty. Next up from Copacetics is Open Road. Love the shade. This is a matte orangey, like, I can't even describe it. It's like an orangey, I would use this, like, I didn't use this one today, but I would typically use this as a light shade in my crease. So, there's that. This is a shade I used today. I believe this one is Pumpkin Cream. Yeah, this one's Pumpkin Cream from Copacetic Cosmetics. This is in my crease, lightly blended out today. That's what that looks like. And I will say I also have Juicy on my lids, or like in my crease a little bit today as well. So next up from Copacetics is Distinguished Gentleman. I love this one. Oh, look how pretty that is. I love green eyeshadows. I mean, you guys probably know that if you've been following me for a while. But next up from Copacetics, we have Malware. This is like one of those that almost look purple or like white in the pan. I don't know if it's going to pick up, but it's like a pearlescent, like pinkish purple. Very pretty. Next up from Dandelion Co. is S'mores. Love the shade. Very pretty. And then we have Dandelion Co. Twilight. This is another one. It looks stark white in the pan, but it is a beautiful, like, shifty, purpley. Don't know if it's going to show up. I feel like it's the lighter version of a Malware, in my opinion, with maybe a little bit less of a shift. Next up, we have Slushy from Copacetics. This is a very pastel, pale blue. Let's see. And it kind of has that same effect. It's very icy, very pearly, I guess, is what I would call it. And then we have one last row. And I realized I didn't swatch the bronzer, highlight, and blush for you guys, so I will do that as well. Final row here, we have Vulcaner from Dandelion Co. This is a very deep brown. Nice for like smoky looks, in my opinion. Just to kind of deepen up the outer V is what I would typically use that for. Then we have Windu from Copacetics. This is another really pretty purple. I just genuinely believe that Copacetics makes some awesome purples. They make some really awesome greens as well. But yeah. Next up, we have another flaky. This actually I had to repress. It completely fell out of the pan, so I'm going to be very, very careful. This is Oxidation from Copacetic Cosmetics. It's a silvery, like, gray, flaky. Very pretty. Love Copacetic's flaky formula. It just takes a little bit of trial and error to really be able to work with them, but nothing that, you know, I can complain about too much. Next up, we have Planetary Go from Copacetics Cosmetics as well. Another beautiful purple. This is more of like a bluey purple, cool-toned purple. This is very warm. Another pretty shade. And then last but not least from Copacetic Cosmetics, we have Shoegaze. And this is not quite a flaky, but it is like a textured formula. So those are the eyeshadows that I hope to pan. And again, my goal for them is just to hit pan. Doesn't matter if it's baby pan or whatever. Just want to get some use out of my singles, and I think this is the best way. Didn't really feel too inspired trying to do pan those eyeshadows last year. Just not really my thing. So I'm going to quickly swatch. This is the highlighter. This is the bronzer. Perfect for me because I'm very light. And then this is a very pretty blush. So that's what that trio looks like. So I really do hope that I can get some good progress on these products this year. Again, just hope to hit pan. But yeah, so if you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help out my channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.